or hurt the alliance given that they're fighting a leader who continues to be hugely popular? Is it possible for the India alliance to succeed in 2024 without a PM face, and who will that be? We'll take that important question to our guests in just a bit. But first up, a poster war erupted earlier after Congress party uploaded an image of the India leaders with Rahul Gandhi as the biggest face and at the center of that poster. Interestingly, later this poster was deleted from the Congress Instagram. This is that poster that we're talking about. Rahul Gandhi in the middle and all the other leaders, much taller and more senior leaders than him, behind him. They deleted this because it caused an uproar. Why? If you notice, interestingly, this photo actually did not include Arvind Kejriwal. No wonder later an Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson came out to say that Kejriwal would be the best face for the alliance. Now, after deleting this poster, the Congress has posted another new one on X platform, which has all the chief ministers that are part of their alliance, including Arvind Kejriwal this time around. It also has Nitish Kumar, Mamata Banerjee, PN Vijayan, Stalin and Soren, along with the other current Congress chief ministers. While parties may deny it, there will be, of course, a clamour to be seen as the first amongst equals between the India alliance members. So take a look at how some of these parties stand. For example, Congress, of course, has the most MPs and a pan-India presence. In that sense, it will say that this is an alliance that is not possible without Congress. Its leaders are also acceptable in all states. Let's not forget, in the past, the Congress has said that any such forum is not possible without Congress as its lead. Now, the JDU may want to be the fulcrum. They may want to project Nitish Kumar as the convener to begin with, maybe later as the prime ministerial face, but they don't really have the heft to bargain for that. They have 16 Lok Sabha MPs in 2019. They have allied with the BJP in the past. They may be comfortable with Hindi, but they are a regional player with very little acceptance outside of Bihar. Let's also take a look at TMC, for example. They've got more MPs. Mamata Banerjee is also seen as a stronger leader because she actually controls West Bengal much better than Nitish Kumar can today say he is in Bihar. But the problems for Mamata Banerjee is she's not comfortable with Hindi. You do need a pan-India face. She's not that pan-India face either. And then comes the story of the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, the Aam Aadmi Party, because it's a Delhi party now in Punjab, obviously gets a lot of eyeballs. But if you look at it, they've only got one Lok Sabha MP. They haven't allied with the BJP in the past, so they're seen as staunch BJP opposition. And they have leaders comfortable in Hindi. So they could claim that they can work pan-India, but it's a party that carries very little heft. So their numbers are just one. And in that alliance bloc, it is unlikely they will be given the prime position. So let's also give you an idea of what is likely as far as this India meeting in Mumbai is concerned. What we are being told is that while there is a fight going on over the convener position, it is unlikely that the convener will be named or even decided as far as this two-day meeting is concerned. But what could happen is this. An 11-member panel, coordination panel, is to be formed. There will also be regional panels of 3 to 4 key leaders that will be expected. This regional panel will then discuss seat sharing formula, and a discussion on the common minimum program is also likely. Now, seat sharing will be the toughest aspect for this alliance. So, we are being told that the alliance will focus on states where India parties are rival, and there are many such states. Seat sharing for each state will be discussed separately, and priority will be given to stop BJP in states like West Bengal, UP and Bihar. And these are also the states where multiple alliance partners are actually at loggerheads with themselves. Here, Congress's big brother quote-unquote attitude may cause an hindrance, and Congress may also ask some seats in states where there are weak. For example, recently sources had indicated to us that Congress may ask for more than 10 seats in Punjab, where the Aam Aadmi Party sees itself as the top dog today. The big question that is facing this India alliance and all of its noted leaders with their own personal ambitions and of course their party and cadre to take care of at the ground is whether this alliance can succeed without actually naming a prime ministerial face. But if they get into naming a prime ministerial face, that in itself can cause problems for them. We'll take that forward with our guests.
राहुल गांधी जी को अब आगे आकर हमारा चेहरा बनना चाहिए प्रधानमंत्री के पद के लिए।
मैं भी अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का नाम आगे रखूंगी। उन्होंने लगातार जनता के मुद्दे उठाए हैं।
प्रियंका कक्कड़ is saying Arvind Kejriwal, Priyanka Chaturvedi is saying Uddhav Thackeray ji.
These people have no mission or vision. They only have unbridled ambition. And to fulfill their ambition, today Congress Party has used a poster projecting Rahul Gandhi as the leader of the pack of the alliance.
Let's go across to the guests joining us. Nikhad Abbas from the BJP, Mohan Kumaramangalam from the Congress Party, Siddharth Sharma from the Aam Aadmi Party, and Brij Mohan Srivastav is the NCP spokesperson, currently with the Ajit Pawar faction. Of course, the party at sometimes claims there are no factions and it is one large family, but we'll wait and see what happens. Let me begin with Siddharth Sharma first up. Siddharth, I know that the media gets blamed a lot by Congress spokespersons and Aam Aadmi Party spokespersons every time we raise this issue or discuss this issue, but I hope you will cut us some slack today, because all of these discussions emanate from the fact that either a Congress spokesperson or an Aam Aadmi spokesperson comes out in the public and gives out different messaging. Now that messaging from this alliance, this India bloc, is the biggest issue for you today. I hope you would have the humility to accept that.
Yeah, in fact, isn't it nice that the TV studios get a chance to discuss all those things?
Yes, good for us. I'm not complaining, but at least don't blame us for it.
No, I'm not, absolutely not blaming. In fact, in a roundabout way, I'm taking the blame on myself. There is something called as disinformation in sports as well as war, where we play disinformation games so that to keep the opposition guessing. So, to answer your question, I'll answer it in the second part. I'll start it because there is always a context to whatever.
But Siddharth, can I just come in? Because you made that sports analogy, can I just tell you, in sports, there may be disinformation about your playing 11. On the captain, there is no disinformation. Please understand the difference. We are not talking about the playing 11. We are talking about the captain who will lead the side. On that, uncertainty is never a good thing.
No, then Shivani, how come just 1 month henceforth, just 1 month away, India is going to play the World Cup of cricket in India, and India has not yet declared its captain, whether it's whoever it is.
But there's no uncertainty on that.
Absolutely, Rohit Sharma has not been declared the captain of Team India for the World Cup. Everybody knows that. Does that mean
so there is a timeline to declare him as the captain. Are you telling me there is a timeline for you guys as well? You will declare it maybe, I don't know, 4 months before the elections, 6 months before the elections? But you will declare it.
Absolutely. Jokes aside, I'll come to the serious part now, and I'll come to the serious part in the second phase. There is a context to it. What is the context here? Prime Minister Modi has essentially ushered in kleptocracy in India by depriving the countrymen and distributed it to its friends, raised inflation sky high, created a situation of civil war in the country, and has succumbed to China. Now, to save the country from this kind of plight, Arvind Kejriwal has joined Team India. The Team India Alliance, Arvind Kejriwal has joined only to ensure that the countrymen are saved from this plight. Kejriwal's aim is to save the country. His mandate as of today is as the CM of India's capital. He is not there to be the Prime Minister. Now to come to the very substantial part that you had asked. The Constitution of India is very clear. It starts with the words, "We the people of India." Unfortunately for BJP, it is "Me the Prime Minister of India." So we the people of India always take precedence over "Me the Prime Minister of India." And the people of India are seeing this. Essentially, BJP is running a Ponzi scheme on the people of India, where all the people's money's pockets are being squeezed out. People have seen through this.
Siddharth, I wasn't asking you. Siddharth, very nicely you've answered everything, but you're not answering my fundamental question. I'm not asking you the issues on which you're fighting Mr. Modi. We get those issues. I asked you simply that every day and routinely, let me put it like this, routinely, and even ahead of this big meeting of the opposition bloc coming ahead, and let me take this to Mohan now, one party or the other, one spokesperson or the other keeps on giving out different messaging. The Congress today puts out a poster which doesn't even have Arvind Kejriwal in it. No wonder the party was forced to respond. You've put up a different poster now. I mean, this is just messaging that is going to confuse the public.
I don't think the public is confused. I mean, listen, if you talk to any member of the parties of the alliance, as Priyanka Chaturvedi said, that they would want their leader to be the Prime Minister. I think Atishi said, and as the AAP spokesperson confirmed, that Arvind Kejriwal ji has said that he's not in a race to be Prime Minister. Also, I think we confound, our constitution affords for a Westminster democracy, where it's the legislatures that get elected, who in turn install a government, and even a no confidence motion goes to the legislators, not back to the voters. So this sort of, we are in love with this presidential contest, but that's not how our democracy actually is supposed to work. I don't think any of the people who are in the India Alliance, the leaders, are desperate to be Prime Minister right now. What they're desperate for is to save this country from the tyranny of Mr. Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party and what they've done to it. I'm not going to, talk about the issues because you said that people are well aware of the issues that we stand for and why we're coming together in an alliance. I just want to confirm that, listen, there will be people. We have a lot of inner party democracy. All our parties are more democratic than the Bharatiya Janata Party. So you will have people who speak out of turn.
No, this is not intra-party democracy talking. This is inter-party rivalry talking. Come on, let's get some facts right and let's get some terminology right.
Shivani,
No, if AAP is fighting with Congress, that's not intra-party democracy.
There's no fighting happening between AAP and Congress. There is somebody who overzealously put a poster out that was taken down by the Congress party after that. There are zealous spokespersons in all parties who want their leaders to be leaders. Has there been an official statement from the India Alliance? No, there hasn't been. Until that comes, then it's just perception.
You're telling
you
me
have
today,
your perception, other people have their perception.
No, Siddharth will respond on overzealous. Siddharth will respond on overzealous spokespersons, but you're telling me you don't want Rahul Gandhi to be the next Prime Minister of the country?
Of course I do, but that's my point exactly. Siddharth would want his leader. TMC would want their leader.
But you've got to come. No. I get that, Mohan, but my fundamental point is this only. 8 months before the elections, you've got to come on board, not just as an alliance and a bloc, but you've got to agree on fundamental things.
Why is the Prime Minister a fundamental thing? The issues are fundamental things. Those are, you fight elections based on issues. We're not in a personality contest here. That's what I'm trying to explain.
Okay, but that brings me to my second question. I started off this show by saying, one, can they agree on a prime ministerial candidate, or would it be better for them to not name one? I know the alliance has indicated at multiple times that it's not necessary for us to do it. But is that really a winning way? Because whatever you may say, Mohan and Siddharth, you may not like it, you may disagree with it. We do have a very popular leader in Narendra Modi to contest against. And it might not be a winning strategy to actually have no one as the face against him. So let Siddharth answer that first, then I'll bring in our BJP and NCP representatives. Can you win without a face? Without one joint face that you can take to the masses and say, this person will be our leader, we are all backing this person, vote for all of us, but for this person to be the Prime Minister. Siddharth.
Yeah, isn't it an insult, Shivani, to the 140 crore people of India and their wisdoms to say that this alliance will not come up with a name? There are, you showed some graphics regarding the strength of political parties. I'll tell you one fact, and this is a fact I'm stating. Since 2019 till today, in all the Vidhan Sabha elections polled together, the India Alliance has got 26 crore votes, and the BJP in the same elections has got 23 crore votes. Why is it so? Now, essentially, what a common man faces is that there are two concerns that haunt every common man of India. One is the future of their children, and the other is the health of their family. The Modi government's expenditure per capita spend per year is only 32 rupees per child on education and 23 rupees per adult on healthcare.
Siddharth, I'm sorry, I'm having to interrupt you again. 1 second, I'm having to interrupt you again because you again didn't answer my fundamental question. Or whatever one line you said, why do you feel we will not announce a name? That lets me to believe that you will come to a consensus. Fair enough. I'll take it as the official line. But Mohan just said we don't need to do it. You are saying we will do it in our own sweet time. Again, I am confused. I don't know about the public. But when it comes but when it comes to votes, I'm sorry to say, arithmetic doesn't work like this on the ground. All of these numbers you're quoting are of past elections. In most of those elections, these parties have not fought together. And we have seen, for example, in Mahagathbandhan in Uttar Pradesh, votes don't transfer so easily when parties have been known historically to fight against each other. So let's not bring up those numbers. If this happens, if the alliance puts up a single candidate versus BJP in most Lok Sabha seats, then this will be new. We haven't seen that happen in India. So we'll wait and see if that happens and if the votes transfer. But yes, Mohan, you wanted to come in very quickly. I have to go to my other guest.
I wanted to say that I have an opinion here, which I'm stating, and so does Siddharth. And both the decision of whether to announce a Prime Minister candidate or not is, I'll speak for myself, but I think it works for Siddharth as well, is way above our pay grade.
But I thought you were representing your parties today, not your personal opinion.
We are representing our parties. Not every decision in the party we are privy to, or the alliance now, which is even larger than the party.
Okay, we'll wait and see what happens of this meeting. But let me go across to Nigat Abbas as well. Nigat, whatever said and done, if you look at some of these past efforts that have been made to bring about such a large block against the ruling party or the BJP in this case, this is seeming to be the most sincere and possibly the strongest attempt that has been made in a long time. Maybe signs for BJP to worry.
Shivani, since we started,
Yes.
Shivani, since we started discussing about sports and you cover sports a lot, I'd like to say that in the era of IPL, we shouldn't be forgetting, and we all have learnt that it's not the big players that matters in the team. It's the rhythm amongst the players that matters and which will take you to win the situation or the game. And clearly we can see that, a political alliance is a combination of what? A political alliance is a combination of similar ideology. It has to be decisive on as to which political party has to fight which state, because the different states have different political parties as the strongest party, and the PM candidate has to be decided. Wherein when we look at this alliance, which is called INDIA, I do not call it India because they did not call UP as UPA ever. So it's INDIA is equivalent to a Ghamandiya alliance. And why I'm saying this is because it's a tryst with hate. I was reading a feeder in some channel today that Uddhav ji had said that, it's more the merrier since they're bringing on board more political smaller parties and all of that. But I'd say it's more the horror. And the story begins from now. Why? Because we've been seeing that how relentlessly these people have been fighting amongst each other. We've seen how Nitish Babu has been going to sabhas and asking the people and karyakartas to tweet that Hamara PM kaisa ho, Nitish Babu kaisa ho, jaisa ho. We've seen that how Arvind Kejriwal had a run 10 years back to Varanasi and to fight against PM Narendra Modi ji and had a bad defeat. We know how Mamata Banerjee is an aspiring PM candidate in that alliance. So we know how these people are fighting. Now my colleague from Congress party was talking about, his co-panelist was talking about that we are fighting against, women empowerment, for women empowerment. We are fighting against violence. This reminds me of that self-proclaimed Instagram influencer who, when asked about the perspective of life, would say, my perspective of life is live, love and laugh. Why I say this is because when Congress party is talking about women empowerment and violence, I want to know that what about Rajasthan? Where the stats of rapes have been going sky high. You're talking about women empowerment? Okay, allow me for 10 seconds, Shivani. I did not speak over anyone. And violence. Let's talk about Bihar and Bengal. The situation is so much clear. The Congress karyakartas themselves in Bengal have been stating that TMC karyakartas are killing us. There's a bloodshed in Bengal. What kind of, what kind of statements do you have against violence in Bengal?
I said, the issues you will fight against each other, and I can't get into that because I don't have enough time for that. But ahead of the India meeting in Mumbai for the next 2 days, the fundamental question is, one, there are contradictions within the alliance state-wise and ambitions-wise, and secondly, will it be wise for them to say, okay, because we can't agree on it, let's not project anyone. We can do it in our own separate messaging, but as a bloc, let's not project anyone. Will that work? Brijbhushan Srivastava, I'm coming to you. This alliance aims to beat Narendra Modi without actually picking one face against him. Do you think that will work? Will the alliance work?
No, this alliance will not work at all, because INDIA in field without the captain, and they are searching the captain. After when they lost in Lok Sabha election 2019, from that day these opposition parties are searching a good face for them, and unfortunately they have not identified till today, and still they are saying that we want to have we will discuss and we will finalize some face. I am sure that these people are fully confused. You see, in Bangalore press conference, they have spoken that they will establish a secretariat in Delhi of this INDIA. Till today, they are unable to find a good office for them as for the secretariat. So when these all leaders are unable to identify a place just for the secretariat, how these people will find a good face?
नहीं, but ब्रिजभूषण जी, इन इस अलायंस का ये कहना है, इस अलायंस का ये कहना है, और इन्होंने नया पोस्टर कांग्रेस ने अब रिलीज किया है, द वॉइस ऑफ इंडिया इज इंडिया. उसमें इनके कांग्रेस के अब 4 मुख्यमंत्री हो गए हैं. सुरेन जी हैं, अरविंद केजरीवाल मान जी हैं, ममता बनर्जी है, स्टालिन है, विजयन है, नीतीश कुमार हैं. तो क्या आप ये कह रहे हैं कि 1 वर्सेस 11 नहीं चलेगा? ऐसा तो नहीं होता हमेशा कि आप एक ही के फेस पे जीत सकते हैं.
देखिए, बिल्कुल नहीं चलेगा. इसलिए नहीं चलेगा कि ये मामला अगर आप हमें दोनों INDIA और NDA को यदि मैं कंपेयर करूं, तो INDIA में किसी को ये विश्वास नहीं है कि हमको कौन लीड कर सकता है. वहीं NDA में, मैं NDA की तरफ से इस बात को कह रहा हूं, NDA में पहले दिन से ये तय है कि हमको कोई नेतृत्व अगर दे सकता है तो देश के प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी दे सकते हैं. और इस पर पूरा NDA एक मत है, इसमें किसी प्रकार का कोई भ्रम नहीं है. और हम लोग पूरी शक्ति के साथ NDA के लिए काम कर रहे हैं. वहीं INDIA को आप देखिए, वो ये तय ही नहीं कर पा रहे कि उनका चेहरा कौन होगा. आज बात ये चल रही है कि 11 लोगों की एक कोई कोऑर्डिनेशन कमेटी बन जाएगी. हो सकता है आने वाले दिनों में ये हो कि वो लोग कहें कि सब हर आदमी, जितने लोग हमारे अलायंस में, सारे के सारे लोग कोऑर्डिनेटर हैं, सारे लोग कोऑर्डिनेट करेंगे. तो ये एक ऐसा फैसला होने वाला है जिसके पास ना दिशा है.
हाँ जी, ना दिशा है. कंप्लीट कीजिए अपनी बात.
मैं ये कहना चाह रहा था, ना तो इनके पास दिशा है और ना ही इस देश के लिए इनके पास कोई प्रोग्राम है. वहीं आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने अभी 15 अगस्त को दिल्ली के प्राचीर से क्या कहा? उन्होंने कहा कि मैं तिरंगा को एक ऐसा तिरंगा बनाना चाहता हूं जिसमें विश्वास झलके, जिसमें देश की समृद्धि झलके, जिसमें एक आम आदमी की आवाज सुनाई दे. ये चीजें हैं, ये देश के एक आम मानस को प्रभावित करती है. वहीं इनके पास कोई प्रोग्राम नहीं है.
I think even Mohan will accept that beating someone who's served 2 terms, these 2 terms have been in high contrast to the UPA 2 terms. His popularity continues to be sky high for a prime minister who has served nearly 10 years. It's going to be a task cut out for you. But fundamentally, Mohan, you would agree you need a fulcrum. Today, your regional alliance partners, your India bloc alliance partners, don't see Congress as the fulcrum. I remember Mr. Kharge had said it, that without Congress as the fulcrum, this forum cannot succeed. No forum can succeed. This was before the first India meeting. So certainly you believe that the Congress needs to work as that fulcrum, but they don't accept you.
I mean, I guess that's your perspective. I've never heard any of them say that the Congress is not the fulcrum. I think you're putting words in their mouth.
No. Oh, now, I'm sorry.
Yes, you are.
No. Let Siddharth accept it. No. I've got your alliance partner with me. Let Siddharth accept that Congress is the fulcrum. Siddharth,
can you ask me the question again?
Is Congress the fulcrum of this alliance, the bedrock of this alliance?
Yeah, I think the thing on your television screens, on the right side of the television screens, which shows the poster, encapsulates everything very clearly. It shows that there are 11 chief ministers in Team India. And everyone in that photograph is the chief minister of a state. That makes it 11 states. And 3 states, obviously, we know Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, and Odisha are not part of either bloc. So essentially, in India, Team India today, the declared faces on your television screens is stronger than BJP.
No,
is stronger. It has more states than BJP.
Fair enough. I take that point. It's
from your own screen.
No, 1 versus 11. I get that point. But Mohan was saying, I am putting words into your mouth. As far as I am concerned, and we are tracking the story very closely, no non-Congress member of this alliance has said that yes, the Congress is the fulcrum. Mohan, you can continue.
And if it is that the Congress is not the fulcrum, even though being the largest party and the only national party really, the AAP has 2 states, but the Congress is present in far more states and is in a direct one-to-one contest with BJP in far more seats than anybody else in this alliance. If it was that they didn't accept, and I'm not talking about spokespersons here, but the leaders, they wouldn't come around and form the India alliance. So that's my first point. Now let me finish. I want to go to the BJP spokesperson who thankfully made my point when she said that it isn't the captain or one single player in an IPL team, but the entire team that performs. That's exactly what India is about. Then I want to go to the fact that she said that, Uddhav Thackeray ji said more the merrier. What is this about? You're just adding numbers. The 38 people in the BJP alliance, the NDA alliance, most of them don't even have a councillor. Forget a Lok Sabha seat. If there was someone here who's adding numbers just to look bigger, it is the BJP without a doubt. Listen,
okay, but I'll tell you what, I take your point. But actually, no, I'll tell you what, the BJP is bringing together like-minded parties or parties whose votes are going to be going to the one candidate
I talked
that
about
they will
same
select.
ideology, Shivani.
No, yeah, exactly. But their strategy is different, Mohan. We have to accept that.
No, Shivani,
in your case,
Shivani,
just
okay,
my limited
like-minded
point.
party. Shivani,
No, one second, limited
Shivani, you're making
point.
a false
In your
assertion. I have to
case,
stop you
the
there.
vote share
Shivani,
may be larger for the
Shivani, you are
constituents,
making
but the
a
vote
false
share don't
assertion.
transfer.
I am sorry, you are not going to talk over me anymore. They are alliance. The second biggest ally of the BJP there is ADMK, who differ on a series of issues in Tamil Nadu. BJP is advocating NEET, ADMK is against NEET. BJP wants uniform civil code, ADMK has come out vehemently against uniform civil code. What common ideology are you talking about? Please.
No,
Let's
I'm
be
talking
very
about
clear.
the smaller
There is
parties
no common
that they're
ideology.
bringing.
There is no.
Okay, I take your point. I take your point. Mohan, I have limited time.
Thank you.
But I'm talking about the smaller parties that are coming together, and that's largely happening in the Hindi belt, where the incremental vote addition is happening for that NDA. Those parties don't have that kind of rivalry with the BJP where the vote transfer won't happen. I'm not saying it will happen, but in the India Alliance case, the vote transfer has not been easy in the past. We have seen that, although Mayawati is not with you, the BSP-SP alliance did not yield results in Uttar Pradesh. I have limited
Just
time.
one point. Just one quick point.
Yes,
Just one quick point.
yes.
Just one quick point. Listen, when you have 2 parties that are, let's say, above a 15 to 20% vote share threshold in a state, and they're coming together for alliance, and they're primary rivals, there will be an adjustment issue. There is no doubt about that.
Okay.
But if you're going to add on half percentage points parties in different states and say, oh, look, we have a big alliance now, that's a joke and everyone can see it.
Yeah, but
That's
the
my
reality
simple point.
also is the BJP in itself is so large that it does not need a lot of these alliance partners to
Then why
either
did they
swing
form the alliance?
That's about alliance and
form
taking
it?
them together. I told you incremental vote share is what they're adding against obviously an alliance bloc like yours. But whether the votes will transfer or not remains a challenge on ground. I'm not even getting into seat sharing. I'm not even getting into choosing the candidate, mind you. But I have limited time. I'll give 30 seconds to Nikat and then to Mr. Srivastav.
Thank you, Shivani. My friend just from Congress party just said about NDA that, so many parties and all of that and different ideology. He should be knowing that one ideology is equals to complete ideology of the party. It is not that one small policy or one small thing can be differentiated. I can understand that you must be thinking about that fact कि हमें एक चीज नहीं करनी हमें तो सारी करनी. But let's come on that. Today your intention have been very apt and very clear when you had posted a picture without Arvind Kejriwal portraying Rahul Gandhi in the center from your INC Instagram page and later on deleted that from. I'm sure you had a political pressure on that. The intentions of Congress's party has been very clear, but we've seen how Ashok Gehlot and Bhupesh Baghel ji has been talking about it, that we want, Pradhan Mantri's candidate to be Rahul Gandhi, and we know how Priyanka Kakkar wanted Arvind Kejriwal to be the Prime Minister. Now, coming to the point, Congress spokesperson also mentioned Alka Lamba ji's statement that Alka ji had said that हमसे पूछोगे तो we to would want Prime Minister
all 7
to be
seats.
No,
Alka Lamba had said that they will want to contest on all 7 seats in the national capital.
all seven seats. Yeah, that's what I was coming to that point only. That Alka Lamba has also said that the 7th seat would be contested by Congress's party in Delhi. So what do you have that stand? And Priyanka Kakkar had said that no, हम लोग तो फिर India Alliance में रहेंगे ही नहीं.
No, that
so that
brings
kind
me
of
back to the
rift has
fundamental
been
question I
always
was
there
asking.
in
The
the
messaging
alliance,
has to be.
They need
the
to be very
messaging
much
has to
clear
be
on
correct.
the
The
subject.
messaging also has to be similar. Whether the bloc can maintain that over a period of 8 months now in the run-up to the general elections, we'll wait and see. Unfortunately, I've run out of time, but I do thank all of you for joining us for our top debate. Moving on, Bihar Education Department on Tuesday ordered schools to cut down holidays on festivals to make up for the loss of teaching days due to a host of factors around the year. Now, this has triggered a sharp reaction from the BJP, with Union Minister Giriraj Singh, for example, going on to even say that tomorrow Sharia law could be enforced in Bihar and Hindu festivals could be banned. Now, a number of school holidays for the remaining year have been reduced from 23 to 11, and these include all prominent Hindu festivals, including Chhath and Diwali. Even teachers are unhappy, saying that they are asked to do a lot of non-academic work instead of focusing on teaching on days already available for schools minus the holidays. Needless to say, this has ignited a massive fight in Bihar, while the government's justification has been that minimum 200 working days are needed in schools. Many have pointed out that actually schools already have a schedule of 253 days. The government says that actually this move was necessitated because working days are lost due to polls or calamities. Teachers have pointed out that they are actually doing a lot of non-academic work, not focusing on teaching even on working days. Remember, under new RTE rules, it is not allowed to use teachers for any other government work. Now, Government Education Department has said that there has been no uniformity in the process of closure of schools, but others have pointed out that cutting holidays will not mean automatically that education will improve. So while the government defends this decision as one that will bring uniformity, although one wonders why they have done it in the middle of the session and not at the start of one, the counter argument is that festivals are key for kids to learn and experience their culture at home, and therefore this is not the right step. Finally, the government says this is as per rules under RTE, even that has come under question. That section actually implies something else, not that you can cut holidays. But teachers and others have pointed out that students may still skip classes on these holidays anyways. So this will hardly be useful just for the heck of it. So the big debate that's coming up, the big issue that has also come up as far as this cut is concerned is why has it been so heavy-handed on Hindu festivals, leaving some others? So is there appeasement as far as this decision is concerned, or utter disregard for Hindu sentiments?
थोड़ा सा तो लगता है कि मुस्लिम जो छुट्टियां हैं उसमें किसी तरह का कोई फेरबदल नहीं हुआ, कोई कटौती नहीं हुआ। जो भी कटौती या फेरबदल किया गया है वो हिंदू के पर्व त्योहार में ही किया गया है। तो थोड़ा सा तो ऐसा लगता है भाई।
और बच्चे चाहते हैं कि हम कोई भी त्यौहार अपने पेरेंट्स के साथ, अपने फैमिली के साथ सेलिब्रेट करें, इसलिए स्कूल आने में तो उन्हें भी परेशानी होगी और हमें तो भाई ऊपर से आदेश है तो आदेश का पालन हमें करना ही है। हम बच्चे को सही ढंग से शिक्षा नहीं दे पाएंगे उस स्थिति में। अगर हम निर्जला व्रत रखे हुए हैं और विद्यालय आ रहे हैं, उस स्थिति में बच्चों को पढ़ाना है तो क्या ये हम बहुत अच्छे ढंग से कर पाएंगे?
First up, I want to go across to former Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, Sushil Modi from the BJP is joining us. सरकार का ये कहना है कि ये छुट्टियां इसलिए कम की गई हैं क्योंकि स्कूल में वर्किंग डेज ज़्यादा चाहिए, लेकिन बीजेपी ने कहा है कि इसमें अपीसमेंट है। जेडीयू कहती है कि इसमें आप कम्युनल एंगल ना देखिए, तो आपको क्यों लगता है कि इसमें अपीसमेंट है?
नहीं, देखिए, मोहम्मद साहब का जन्मदिन, चेहल्लूम, उसमें कोई कटौती नहीं है, लेकिन हिंदुओं का सबसे बड़ा पर्व है जन्माष्टमी, रक्षाबंधन, बिहार के अंदर जितिया पर्व है, छठ का पर्व है। एक और तो जन्माष्टमी, रक्षाबंधन की छुट्टी को रद्द कर दिया गया और दूसरी ओर दिवाली से लेकर छठ तक के जो बड़े पर्व हिंदुओं की और बिहार का सबसे बड़ा पर्व है, उसके अंदर 9 दिनों की छुट्टी को काटकर 4 दिन कर दिया गया। और जब ये राइट टू एजुकेशन एक्ट की बात करते हैं,
हाँ जी,
तो राइट टू एजुकेशन एक्ट में ये भी प्रोविजन है कि शिक्षकों से नॉन एकेडमिक काम नहीं लिया जाएगा। तो आपने अभी जातीय सर्वे हुआ तो स्कूलों को बंद करके टीचर को कास्ट सर्वे में लगा दिया। कल आप वोटर लिस्ट को तैयार करेंगे तो वोटर लिस्ट तैयार करने में टीचर्स को लगाएंगे, मिड डे मील में टीचर्स को लगाते हैं। तो यानी जितना नॉन एकेडमिक काम है, तो पढ़ाई बाधित होने का कारण है कि टीचर्स को नॉन एकेडमिक कार्यों में लगाया जाना, न कि छुट्टियों की संख्या ज्यादा है। और अगर छुट्टियों की संख्या ज्यादा है तो फिर आपने हिंदुओं की ही छुट्टियों में क्यों कटौती की? हम मोहम्मद साहब के जन्मदिन पर छुट्टी के देने के पक्ष में, चेलुम की भी छुट्टी होनी चाहिए, हम कोई उसमें कटौती के पक्ष में नहीं है। लेकिन आपने रक्षाबंधन जैसा पवित्र पर्व, जन्माष्टमी, भगवान राम और कृष्ण, ये दो हिंदुओं के सबसे बड़े ईश्वर माने जाते हैं, तो जन्माष्टमी के दिन आपने स्कूलों को कह दिया कि खोलना पड़ेगा। फिर जितिया पर्व, बिहार की करोड़ों महिलाएं अपने बच्चों की शुभकामना के लिए जितिया का पर्व रखती हैं, व्रत रखती हैं। फिर गुरु नानक देव की जयंती, उसमें कटौती कर दिया, कार्तिक पूर्णिमा की छुट्टी को रद्द कर दिया। तो आखिर इसका कोई लॉजिक नहीं है। अब बच्चे तो जाएंगे ही नहीं। अब देखिए यहाँ पर बिहार के अंदर 5 दिन छठ बनाई जाती है। दिवाली से लेकर छठ तक कोई बिहार में काम नहीं होता, कर्फ्यू जैसी स्थिति होती है। बच्चे शहर में रहने वाले अपने घर चले जाते, गांव चले जाते। अगर आपने छुट्टियों में कटौती कर दिया तो लोग घर कैसे जाएंगे, लोग पर्व कैसे मनाएंगे? और अगर आप खोल भी देंगे तो बच्चे तो आएंगे नहीं। तो राइट टू एजुकेशन का जो की आड़ ली जा रही है वो तर्क ठीक नहीं है, क्योंकि 27 जो उसका सेक्शन 27 RTE, राइट टू एजुकेशन एक्ट, वो कहता है कि नॉन एकेडमिक कामों में टीचर्स का इस्तेमाल नहीं किया जाएगा। अगर आप केवल गैर शैक्षणिक कार्यों में टीचर के कार्यों को रोक दें तो कोई कटौती करने की आवश्यकता नहीं है। तो इस तरह का फरमान, इसका मतलब है कि नीतीश जी के इशारे पर, उनके निर्देश पर पाठक ने इस प्रकार का ये छुट्टियों में कटौती करने का फरमान निकाला है। तो मैं कोई मुसलमानों के पर्व को ये छुट्टियों में कटौती करने के पक्ष में नहीं हूँ। इसलिए एंगल तो आपने दिया कि 6 सितंबर को चेलुम है, उस दिन की छुट्टी को तो रद्द नहीं किया, लेकिन आपने जन्माष्टमी की छुट्टी को रद्द कर दिया। हम कोई हिंदू मुस्लिम एंगल नहीं देना चाहते, ना हम देने के पक्ष में हैं। तो न तो मुसलमानों की, न सिखों की। अब गुरु नानक देव की जयंती पड़ती है, कार्तिक पूर्णिमा है, बहुत बड़ा पर्व, लोग गंगा स्नान करने जाते हैं। आपने कार्तिक पूर्णिमा और गुरु नानक देव की जयंती की छुट्टी को आपने रद्द कर दिया। तो इस तरह से के छुट्टियों में कटौती करना, छुट्टियों को रद्द करना, ये कहीं से भी न्याय संगत नहीं। इसलिए सरकार को तत्काल अपने इस आदेश को वापस लेना चाहिए।
सुशील मोदी जी, मुझे याद है बिहार में एक और केस आया था, कुछ डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में जहां पे मुसलमानों की पॉपुलेशन थोड़ी ज्यादा है, वहां पे फ्राइडे कर दिया गया था स्कूल की छुट्टी को। तो तब भी बीजेपी ने बहुत सवाल उठाए थे और बहुत बड़ा मुद्दा बना था। तब तो आप अलायंस में थे जेडीयू के साथ, लेकिन फिर भी वो डिसीजन वापस नहीं लिया गया था। तो इस बार आप ऑपोजिशन में हैं प्रॉपर, आप इसको आगे कैसे लेके जाएंगे?
नहीं, देखिए, एज ए ऑपोजिशन विचार करेंगे क्या करना। स्कूलों का मामला है, अगर जबरदस्ती स्कूलों को वो कहेंगे कि बंद किया, खोला जाएगा, तो हम बच्चों से अपील करेंगे कि वो बहिष्कार करें। देखिए, हम अपील करें ना करें, कोई भी बच्चा जन्माष्टमी के दिन स्कूल नहीं जा सकता है या रक्षाबंधन के दिन स्कूल नहीं जाता है। तो आप स्कूल खोल कर केवल गिनती गिना सकते हैं, लेकिन आप टीचर्स को और बच्चों को पढ़ने के लिए बाध्य नहीं कर सकते। इस प्रकार का अगर कोई निर्णय सरकार बरकरार रखती है, हम इस पर विचार करेंगे। कोई लीगल रेमेडी है क्या, कोई आंदोलनात्मक कोई कार्रवाई हो सकती है कि क्या हो सकता है? अभी तो आज ये पहला दिन है, आदेश के बारे में हम लोग को जानकारी मिली है, पर आगे की रणनीति के बारे में हम जरूर विचार करेंगे।
Okay, I leave it at that. Sushil Modi, thanks a lot for speaking to us. He's saying it's not actually about finding the communal angle, but if you look at the list and the way the decision has been made, then it is giving the BJP the handle to ask this question, why the cuts have been only on one particular set of festivals. Let's also take this to our guest joining us. I want to go across to Parimal Kumar, who's State General Secretary of the JDU. Kuntal Krishna is the spokesperson of the BJP in Bihar. Parimal ji, I'm coming to you first. What is the rationale for being so heavy-handed? सारे हिंदू पर्व जो इम्पोर्टेंट से इम्पोर्टेंट, बिहारियों के लिए जो इतने इम्पोर्टेंट पर्व हैं, उनकी छुट्टियां कम कर दी गई हैं। इसका रैशनल क्या है? जबकि टीचर्स, प्रिंसिपल्स जिनसे हमने बात करी है, वो खुद कह रही है कि इसकी कोई ज़रूरत नहीं है। जो वर्किंग डेज अवेलेबल हैं, आप उसमें पढ़ाई कराइए।
Actually, the step taken by the government and the decision taken by the government is very positive one. It should be particularly welcomed because education is most important factor for the development of the state as well as the country. Okay, and actually, our honorable leader Nitish Kumar is dedicated to improve the quality of education and to provide appropriate education to every section, every particular class. And you see, whatever decision the government has taken is in the light of Right to Education Act 2009. Actually, Right to Education Act 2009 was added through 86 Constitutional Amendment Act 2009. Okay. As per this provision, actually at least 200 working days is required for primary education for primary classes, and for 230 days working days is required for secondary education. And actually, if you will if you will make an effort to improve the education, so one will have to compromise. As far as the question of BJP is concerned, BJP is indulged in negative politics. They are unnecessarily creating hue and cry. There is no cancellation of vacancy. It is just the adjustment in the interest of the student of Bihar.
But why only Hindu festivals?
So they are creating such type.
Actually, no, one second. You see, the BJP representative wants to come in. I'll go to him. But why only Hindu festivals?
You see that, ma'am, you see the notification. Actually, this curtailment was made for September to December. Okay. Whenever particular next session will come, actually, the government will certainly make the similar provision for in every cases. You see, government of Bihar has deep faith in the secularism of the country. Okay, we are for secular value. Actually, Dharma Nirpekshata is the basic and core philosophy of the good governance
Kuntal
of
ji,
this month.
please respond.
And actually equal
Parimal ji, I'll come back to you.
with
Kuntal ji,
every
please
religious
respond.
group.
सुशील मोदी कह रहे हैं कि अभी कुछ मुस्लिम फेस्टिवल्स भी आ रहे हैं लेकिन उनमें कटौती नहीं हुई है, बट क्या सिर्फ एक मुस्लिम फेस्टिवल या दो मुस्लिम फेस्टिवल को आप 12 हिंदू फेस्टिवल से कंपेयर कर सकते हैं?
Actually, BJP
Shivani,
is
earlier you asked about the rationale.
BJP
Earlier you asked about the rationale. Parimal ji, please have patience to listen, Parimal ji. Shivani, earlier you asked about the rationale of this whole process. The only rationale is politics of appeasement, nothing else. Why only Hindu festivals?
No,
Why
no, not
only
at all,
Hindu
not at
festivals
all.
are being scrutinized
Actually,
and
BJP is doing the appeasement is politics.
Parimal ji, be
BJP
true and be
politics is
patient.
based on the appeasement
Parimal ji,
policy.
be patient.
Why you are ready? You have no
Let
interest in
him
the
have
application
decency
of
to
the
lower
student.
his fader.
Actually,
Parimal ji, I'll come
Parimal ji,
back
have
to you.
decency
You've
to
had your
listen. You will have
opportunity.
all the time to answer.
Yeah, let him respond, then I'll
Shivani,
come back to you, Parimal ji. Yes, Kuntal ji,
Shivani, my simple question.
Yes.
My simple question. Why only Hindu festivity is being scrutinized? Not even a single Muslim festivity has been taken up. You just see the list. And what are you talking? If you are saying, first of all, if you are saying that you need 220 academic working days, you must make this very clear. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are the one who have indulged our teachers into menial jobs. You wanted them to sell rucksack. You wanted them to clean the toilets. You wanted them to be involved in any kind of activity which is supposed to be done by government. In the last month itself, you took them 14 days out of the school just to have a survey done.
Yes.
So what are you saying?
You're talking about the caste survey. One second, this has come to my... One second, this has come to my knowledge. Let me take this to Mr. Parimal. Let me take this to Mr. Parimal. Please explain to me, Mr. Kumar, how is it okay for the government to take so many working days of the teachers so that you can conduct a caste survey, which you're not even authorized to conduct, by the way. Only the central agencies are authorized to conduct such surveys. That is okay. But you will cut the holidays where children learn about their culture, where they get to spend time with their families, with their extended families, with their neighbors. You will cut holidays to get working days. And then you will say this is for education.
See it. Why you associate caste survey with that of caste census?
But
actually, we are.
Did you use teachers for that?
As per the constitutional
no,
provision.
Did you use teachers for that?
You see, I am explaining everything. You see, no. You see, as far as the question of census is concerned, we are agreed with that.
This is not a question of census. Parimal ji, don't deviate. Parimal ji, don't deviate.
Shivani,
let him finish. Let him finish.
Actually, the state has the right. A state has the right to conduct survey.
But did you use teachers for that? No, Parimal ji, don't deviate from what I'm asking you. Don't deviate from what I'm asking you. Mr. Parimal, please respond. Did you use teachers for your survey?
Pardon?
आपने टीचर्स का इस्तेमाल किया था ये सर्वे करने का?
Yes. No. You see now, central government also utilizes teacher in general, particularly census operation, whether it is true or not.
आपने टीचर्स का इस्तेमाल क्यों किया सर्वे के लिए?
You see now, actually, no. Actually, this is the general convention. As central government is also using it.
नहीं तो आप 14 दिन वहां पे सर्वे कराएंगे टीचर्स से, लेकिन बच्चों की जो त्योहार है वो त्योहार नहीं मनाने देंगे आप बच्चों को। मुझे एक बात बताइए, इज एजुकेशन ओनली इन बुक्स? प्लीज लोअर देयर फीट अप। इज एजुकेशन ओनली इन बुक्स? Education is not just about books. Education is also about your culture. Education is also about kids learning about their history. How can you take those days away from them?
Actually, BJP has no interest to impart education to the youth of India. You see, the basic tendency of BJP is to keep particularly people illiterate, so that
no, Parimal ji, you're not responding to the question I'm asking you. BJP is not in power in Bihar.
That is the reason. That's why they are.
You're not answering my question. It is okay for you to use teachers for survey. It is okay for you to cancel holidays. Then you'll say this is for education. मुझे बताइए कि इस move से education कैसे improve होगी? But let Mr. Kuntal come in. Only Mr. Kuntal. Please respond.
क्यों नहीं होगी? Actually, if you will provide more time to the children.
It is very simple. With the new political equation in Bihar, under pressure from Maulana Lalu, Nitish government has taken this just to appease Muslims. It is not only an anti-Hindu act, it is a pro-Muslim act. Not even a single Muslim festival has been scrutinized. Not even a single. And they do not have any right to speak about right to education and curtailing of non-academic days, curtailing of academic days, because they involve teachers in Bihar in all kind of menial activities.
And this is what teachers have themselves told us. One second, I have limited time.
Only?
No, I have limited time. I want to ask Mr. Parimal one more question. Yes.
Shivani, last thing, Shivani. In a sense, government of Bihar, Mr. Nitish Kumar's government has imposed a jizya on Hindu teachers in Bihar. All those who are non-Muslim teachers, they have to pay a special tax in the form of their festivity cut. It is very simple.
No, this is a serious matter. This is not just about, I don't want to make this about Hindu-Muslim, but this is a serious issue. Mr. Parimal, do you know what teachers have told us? One second.
Government has made it.
One second. Teachers have told us that we keep fast on some of these major festivals. उस फास्ट को रखते हुए, उस व्रत को रखते हुए हम बच्चों को कैसे पढ़ाएंगे? आप मुझे बताइए एजुकेशन कैसे इंप्रूव होगी जब पढ़ाई नहीं होगी क्लासरूम में? ऊपर से टीचर्स प्रिंसिपल्स खुद कह रहे हैं कि बच्चे तो आएंगे नहीं, आप स्कूल खुला छोड़ सकते हैं लेकिन बच्चे तो आएंगे नहीं, तो कैसे एजुकेशन इंप्रूव हो रही है?
अरे सुशील कुमार मोदी ने स्टेटमेंट दिया कि जितिया और तीज के दिन भी इन्होंने पर्टिकुलरली वैकेशन खत्म कर दिया। आप सोचिए कितनी हास्यास्पद बात है। बच्चे तीज और जितिया करते हैं क्या? Just ridiculous statement he has given.
नहीं, but teachers तो करेंगी ना?
In the improvement and development.
नहीं, but teachers का हक नहीं बनता अपने festivals मनाने का।
And you see,
मैं बच्चों की बात नहीं कर रही थी, एक सेकंड रुकिए, मैं teachers की बात कर रही थी।
No, actually it is the step. No, I'm actually they will make an adjustment ना। Actually तीजिया जो उन्होंने कहा कि तीज और ये जितिया ये पुरुष शिक्षक करते हैं क्या?
तो महिलाओं की शिक्षा का हक नहीं बनता।
The government, if there will be any problem, then certainly the government will particularly see the matter. If there will be any practical problem. But you say, right to education is the fundamental right, and you cannot debar the student from their fundamental right.
Yes, and Right to Education Act says that in cases of calamities and in cases of elections, you can reduce the holidays. It is not because you can use them for everything else. One second, I have limited time. Yes, 30 seconds to Kuntal Krishna.
Let me complete. If
Shivani, it is very simple. The state government is Bihar has taken this decision politically. It is simply a decision to appease Muslims. It is anti-Hindu and pro-Muslim, nothing else. It is a political decision.
My issue is not even that. My issue is that everybody has the right to celebrate their festivals. And if it is provided for, it is not fair to take that away in the garb of more working days, when more working days can be had in many other forms, including not having teachers to do non-academic work. Parimal ji, I'll give you the last 30 seconds.
Shivani,
please.
only Hindu festivals has been scrutinized. Only Hindu festivals.
Okay.
Not even a single Muslim festival has been
scrutinized. This decision of the government
on 6th
is
January,
as
it is
per
a holiday.
the
On 7th, it's Janmashtami.
13 of the Constitution says
cancelled. It has been
that
scrutinized.
the state shall not violate, curtail or abridge the fundamental right. You say, Article 13 clearly states that the state shall not violate, abuse or curtail the fundamental right. And
all right, I
Article
leave it at
21A
that.
is
You're
the
making
right
it about
to
fundamental
education,
right
in
to
which there is a
education, but
provision
people also
that
have the right to celebrate their festivals, and the argument is not adding up. When you can use teachers and waste working days on other things, then why are you making the teachers and students suffer? On holidays, they need to celebrate their festivals, and why one-sided on action on that? I leave it at that. I do thank our guests for joining us. Slipping into a very short break. On the other side, we'll get you some more reports from the national capital as G20 preparations are on in full swing.
Brought to you.
Be an issue for the ruling coalition there. How are they intending to deal with that?
See, teachers are already anguished not just because of this particular order, but earlier also certain directives given by ACS KK Pathak, they are not being taken well by the teachers and teachers association in Bihar, because orders like you have to sell sacks which comes in the midday meal for rupees 10 or 20. It's the responsibility of the teachers to bring the children to the schools. Now the teachers were involved in the caste survey for 2 months. They had to just not attend the class, but after the class they had to go to survey the caste survey was done by the teachers. So, and also there are strict measures taken by ACS KK Pathak. He has suspended many teachers for not coming to school. On one hand, he is trying to education to improve the education system in Bihar, but on the other hand the teachers are anguished, and this time it's because the matter of religion and festivals. So these leaves were important as far as the festivals are concerned, and after cancelling these leaves, the teachers are going to come, maybe they are going to come on streets or sit on dharna in 1 or 2 days if this is not rolled back, as the Teachers Association is claiming. Poonam.
The government in Bihar has now decided to reduce the number of festive holidays in government schools from 23 to 11. Remember, we're already 8 months passed into the year, so this is going to be effective only for the months of September to December. The decision has been taken in accordance with the Right to Education Act of 2009. It requires classes to be held on at least 200 days a year. This is for classes 1st to 5th, and at least 220 for classes 6 to 8. The letter for the same is applicable for 2023 only. So this reduction and this move to reduce the number of holidays in the rest of the year, in fact, is only applicable for this year and not for the next academic year. Union Minister Ashwini Chaubey has now lashed out at this decision by the Bihar government. The BJP going on to say that this shows the Bihar government's mentality. Teachers are now staging a protest against this directive as well. But the political fight has now erupted because the BJP says that only Hindu holidays are being cancelled and are being targeted under the RJD-JDU government.
देखिए, ये सरकार के हिंदू विरोधी मानसिकता को दर्शाता है। सारे हिंदुओं के पर्व त्योहार सितंबर, अक्टूबर, नवंबर में आते हैं और उसके अंदर भारी कटौती कर दी गई। यहाँ तक कि जन्माष्टमी की जो छुट्टी होती थी, जितिया की जो छुट्टी होती थी, कार्तिक पूर्णिमा की जो छुट्टी होती थी, रक्षाबंधन की छुट्टी को समाप्त कर दिया गया। ऐसी तमाम जो हिंदू की आस्था और भावनाओं से जुड़ी जो पर्व है, उन छुट्टियों में कटौती उसको ख़त्म कर दिया गया। इतना ही नहीं तो दशहरे, दिवाली और छठ पूजा की जो छुट्टियां होती थी 9 दिन की, उसको घटाकर 4 दिन कर दिया गया है। तो ये क्या करें नीतीश?
नीतीश कुमार की सरकार ने बिहार में एक दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण वाला निर्णय लिया है। लगातार तुष्टीकरण के चक्कर में लालू जी और नीतीश कुमार जी, बिहार की सरकार के द्वारा ये दबाव बनाया जा रहा है शिक्षकों पर कि आप छुट्टी में ना जाए, और अब तो आदेश निकाल दिया गया 14 छुट्टियों को रद्द करने का काम किया है, जिसमें जन्माष्टमी है, तीज है, दुर्गा पूजा है और गुरु नानक जयंती भी है। इससे बड़ा दुर्भाग्य कुछ नहीं हो सकता है बिहार के लिए कि नीतीश कुमार जी अपने प्रधानमंत्री बनने के चक्कर में नीतीश कुमार जी तुष्टीकरण के प्रकाष्ठा पे पहुंच रहे हैं।
Now, it's not just the political storm that's brewing. Teachers are staging a protest as well. As you see on your screens, these visuals now coming to the fore, where in Kishanganj in Bihar, protests have now erupted by state government school teachers over the decision to cut the festive holidays. Because remember, the holiday cut is not just for the students, it's also for the teachers, perhaps in more measure, because the teachers will have to come out and work for longer days now, for more days than they had to do. This all comes around festival season. The Janmashtami holiday has now been cut. We've seen a reduction in the Durga Puja holidays as well. All of this has now triggered this kind of protest that we are seeing, especially coming in from this part of the state, which is in Kishanganj. Let's listen into some reactions that are pouring in.
रक्षाबंधन के अवकाश को रद्द नहीं किया गया है, लेकिन यहाँ के जिला शिक्षा पदाधिकारी महोदय का जो कहना है कि डीसी में आदेश मिला है, उसके कारण हमने रद्द किया है। तो हमने जिला शिक्षा पदाधिकारी महोदय से आज हम लोग ये जानने हैं और पत्र भी देना है कि निदेशालय स्तर से अगर कोई आपको आदेश मिला है तो उसकी लिखित आदेश दीजिए, क्योंकि आप लिखित आदेश पे ही काम करते हैं। विद्यालय में जब जाते हैं तो आपको लिखित चाहिए, आवेदन पर ही आप हमारा सीएल ग्रांट होता है, अन्यथा शिक्षकों पर आप कार्रवाई करते हैं। तो आप हमें लिखित आदेश दीजिए, निदेशालय का पत्र दिखाइए कि आखिर हमारा रक्षाबंधन का अवकाश निदेशालय स्तर से वो रद्द हुआ है, और रद्द हुआ है तो पूरे बिहार में होना चाहिए, सिर्फ यहाँ पर क्यों?
Those were reactions coming to the fore from an angry teachers association. The teachers asking that why selectively these decisions are being taken, why there has been no prior notice, and all of a sudden for the rest of the year this decision has been taken to cancel all leaves. The political fight is also brewing now. Saurabh, my colleague, will be joining us shortly, getting us more on this. But for now, what we can tell you is that several holidays have been changed, have been cancelled. In fact, either they've been completely cancelled, or some of them, the duration has been changed by the state government. They say this is all in accordance with the law. In fact, this is in accordance with the Right to Education Act, which stipulates that a certain number of days have to be functional as far as government schools go. It varies between 200 days to 220 days, depending on the class that the student is in. Those changes have now been made with...
World leaders, including heads of states from 19 countries, will converge in Delhi for the landmark G20 meeting. For India, it is an all-important moment to showcase its many strengths.
The government is leaving no stone unturned in order to ensure that there is no lapse in security during the prestigious G20 summit here in the national capital. Delhi police has prepared an elaborate plan, and Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, Mr. Vinay Saxena, has subjected the plan to multiple reviews. To begin with, 450 quick response teams will be stationed across the national capital in order to ensure that should there be an emergency, it will be attended to immediately.
Additionally, PCR vans, ambulances, firefighting machinery will be placed at every point where dignitaries are expected to use. The IGI airport, designated hotels, the Bharat Mandapam, Rajghat and more. 7 disaster management teams will also be positioned at strategic locations across Delhi. NDRF personnel are also on standby. In case of waterlogging due to rainfall or other reasons, teams of civil engineers dealing with construction and restoration will be stationed across the national capital.
नई दिल्ली पुलिस डिस्ट्रिक्ट को कंट्रोल जोन घोषित किया गया है। नई दिल्ली पुलिस डिस्ट्रिक्ट के अंदर बस सेवाएं प्रभावित रहेंगी, तो जो उनके बॉर्डर पर जहां पर जो बस सेवाओं के टर्मिनेशन पॉइंट्स भी यातायात निर्देशिका में दिए गए हैं, करीबन 10,000 के आसपास यातायात कर्मियों को किया गया है।
Use of AI technology, background checks of staff at each venue, coordination with multiple agencies, monitoring of social media, and delegation of responsibilities assigned to officers are some of the key highlights of the elaborate plan in place to enforce and monitor security in the national capital. Additionally, there will be a partial lockdown in the capital from the 8th to the 10th of September. Fortress Delhi is ready to host the world's 20 most powerful. With Rupashi Nanda, Anisya Kumar for CNN News 18.
Namaste and Jai Hind, and we kick off right from the headquarters of the G20 where all the action is, with perhaps the man who's in the thick of things as the chief coordinator of the G20, Harsh Shingla ji. Namaste and thank you very much for your time.
Namaste Anand, and thank you for having me on your show.
No, thank you for sparing the time in the midst of all of this, and I know I have limited time with you, so my first question to you is, sir, 1 year down the line nearly, when you look back, what do you think we have achieved as the G20 chair?
Well, you do recall that when India